We are all walking on a dimensional stairway or spiral, which has no ceiling. It is open-ended, and we can either walk down or up on it. Another term for it is Jacob's ladder, with the angels descending and ascending, which is just angles of light coming in on this dimensional stairway of consciousness. I was reading a post in another group that was sharing about the biblical passage that talks about our own righteousness being dung, and that our faith and righteousness is a gift from God. Some thoughts came to me which I would like to share now. It is true that faith comes from God, and all things are from or of God source. If I may use this simplified illustration, try to picture God reaching within itself, wishing to be everything that has come to be. Everything has the genetic code of God in it, thus making everything God. Like begets like. God did not form everything apart from itself. He, she, it did not create matter and then decide to create separate things from that matter. Although when we read the creation story, which is very simplistic, it may seem like God took a lump of clay and made everything from that. But the truth is, God is that lump of clay. We learned the story of separation from God, and as a result of that, interpret everything with this divided view or perception. That's why we keep making the distinction between ours and God's, our righteousness and God's righteousness, as if they are two different and separate things. In truth, however, they are both one and the same. The language that we use in saying his and ours derives from having eaten the fruit of the tree of relativity or comparison, good and evil. We became divided in our thoughts or thinking, and ever since keep on perceiving in a dividing and separating manner, which is the sin. Jesus is referenced regarding this separation in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 14. For he himself is our peace, having made both one, and having broken down the barrier of the partition of hostility. Various Bible versions render this verse differently, even going so far as to insert additional words or phrases such as, quote, groups, or, quote, Jews and Gentiles, unquote, but the original language does not have any indication of this applying to anything other than the divided or parted way of thinking in our mind. So Jesus made peace within his own flesh, or his own mind, by making the two sides of the brain as one in consciousness, or the Christ mind. That's what that verse is saying. Christ is not a person, as most of us have been taught to believe. It is actually the consciousness that recognizes and sees all things, God, as unified and one. So to say as Paul did, I count all things as dung, that I may gain Christ, just means I'm willing to let go of everything mentally in order to experience the reality of oneness.